Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number one in the chat box, let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Thank you so much. Loud and clear. Guys, sorry, no video today. Morning, Helen. Afternoon, Kevin. Morning, Jennifer. Woo. Hey, Brenda. How you doing? Morning or afternoon. All right. So as we get started here, keep in mind that everything we look at is for education. Nothing's meant to be advice or recommendations. If you find something you like, anything, make sure it fits your own personal risk profile and risk tolerance before ever taking on that trade, that setup, or the indicator. All right. So as we get, I'm not going to be doing any sharing today, Lee. Thank you. As we do get started here, folks, I just need to let you know I've got to leave a little bit early today. My puppy is a little under the weather, so I have to take him into, well, someone is taking him to the doctor. I just have to get him to their house to take him because I have a meeting to get back for as well after that. So, and this was the only appointment the doctor's office could give me. So we'll be done a little bit earlier today, but we should get a good amount of content out. So, all right, hold on. Let me share my screen because I'm seeing what looks like Lee's. All right, there we go. Now we're on my screen. I got it, Lee. Never mind. I thought you said, no, my bad. Oh, I thought you were talking about camera, Lee. I'm sorry. I won't have the camera on today. Screen share definitely working. No, my bad. Sorry, just head is in the clouds this morning with everything running around. It's been a morning of nothing more than running after stuff for the dog. So at 14 3/4, he's getting up there. So, all right. We got a lot happening. So we've got check-in tonight, which is on the 20th for Inner Circle. We got Mastermind coming up tomorrow, Cover Call Explorer. The next one that Trip will be doing for the foundational trainings coming up on the 24th, which is Friday. Got a couple classes coming up next week. We will not have class on Monday for Power Hour because it's a holiday. We have moved it to the 28th. Trading Coaches Playbook, though, is on its regular schedule. And then we've got the Pursuit of Trading Success. Those are two trainings that I'm doing, guys. One on the 21st, one on the 22nd. That's all I will be doing on these, is just two. Let's see. Power Option Plays, quasi-normal schedule. Well, for this week, we're normal. Next week, no, because of Monday's holiday. Cover Call Explorer is a regular schedule. No class on May 27th for Mini Think Tank because of the holiday. All right, here's our followers page. I have seen a lot of you. I've gotten comments from a lot of you on our TikToks, which is awesome. And we do reply to a lot of comments on there as well. So you will see mostly we have on the regular one, not the Traders Mental Edge yet. But we get some pretty controversial stuff showing up on TikTok there. So I am very much willing to vocalize my opinion up there. But no matter what, really, there's a lot of great content we put out there. So make sure you follow along. Here's our Trading Boss Manifesto. You can download this on all of our sites, robertjroy.com, tradinglikeaboss.com, and on wealthbuildershq.com. The pursuit of trading success. Are you trading the right way? All right, guys, this really is going to come down to this. Bottom line is going to come down to there's a process that you need to start to follow. And it's funny, in the last 2 years, I've taken a dramatic shift in the way that I view trading / training or teaching people how to trade, where it's always been about the money, the strategy, the money, what can I do, what can I make, and so forth. And in reality, there's so much more to it than that. The ability to build out a system. And this is, not just what I do in trading. It's ironic that everything I do in life seems to work this way for me, meaning I am more about building systems right now than I am anything else. I talked to an individual this morning on a non-trading related topic. And although it turned into trading, but it was a non-trading related topic. It was a health, actually, piece of health equipment and, biohacking type stuff. And he said, but they've got this Fibonacci wave in there right now. And there's not a lot of good science on it yet, but they are working on it. And I said, listen, if Fibonacci's in there, it's good. And we went through the mechanics of it, right? But it was the systematic approach that he and I spoke about. And this is just an hour ago. The systematic approach that he and I spoke about of how things are done. It's the same with trading. And that's the type of stuff that we're going to talk about, is building out that system, you know, the pursuit of trading success, right? Are you in pursuit of trading success, right? Now, I'm not guaranteeing anybody's going to make a penny in the market at all, right? What I am guaranteeing you is that the education that I am going to teach you will be top notch, and you will come away with something that you did not know before, and the start of a processes that you can put together to start moving you to that next level. So go ahead and register for it. I see Lee dropped in a link for that you can go ahead and register right in there. He also dropped in Trading Like a Boss, which you can register for this on there as well. All right, so what trades did you guys do today? Go ahead and drop them in. Let me see what you did. In the Declaration of Independence, pursuit of happiness, not happiness. Okay. Let's see. Scott said, close my Wolf spread for 3.5% rate of return and close my CCL spread for 7.5% return. Scott, I saw your message over the weekend. Congratulations, man. Scott messaged me. Scott's in our inner circle, messaged me and said, Rob, I found the missing link, right, to my trading. I got it. It's working. It's kicking in all gears. I am just stoked for you, my friend. Tripp said IWM scalp. It took him 8 long minutes today, which is horrible. 8 whole minutes he had to wait around for 60%, 6-0 on the Hakanashi scalp. On the YM, working on a Hakanashi scalp on the YM since diamonds only have Friday options. Okay, that's interesting. Which also puts us into the 8:30 moves. Nice. Okay, I like that now, Tripp. Coinbase, Jennifer's on the call, $275. Brenda's up 2.8% Friday on SPY. Oh, it was on Qs. My bad. Tripp said it was Qs he did the trade on, the scalp, not IWM. Okay, very nice. I've been chasing after puppy all morning, so really haven't seen much more than the market getting up into, you know, high territory again. Stocks like Google breaking into all-time highs again. So I'm definitely loving that. Without a doubt, right? So let's go take a look at what's going on with the S&P right now, right? So here we've got our intraday chart. We're up about almost 18 points right here. Our all-time high is this right here. Oh, did we break through it? Let's see. High of 53.25.49, and today high of 53.25.30. Oops, I hit the mouse. 53.25.32, 53.25.49. Now we're just pennies away from hitting that all-time high, right? So we're right there. I mean, overall pattern has been awesome, right? We had this pullback, and if you were in any of the power hours that I had done over the last couple of weeks, and throughout this breakdown, and I kept saying, guys, it is not a catastrophe. And we went back and looked at, okay, yeah, we closed below the 21. First time it had happened, but we came right back up. We had a pullback. We didn't get a 5% pullback on the S&P. We can't even get a 10% correction. Pullback, rather. Correction is 20%. We can't even get a 10% correction. It was not even 5% or right around. It was small, tiny amount of pullback in there. Right? And we're right back up again. Just boom, boom, boom. Great. I mean, look at the move. That gap away from that pattern, we have not returned to the moving average yet. Just sheer strength in the overall market. When we look at VIX, which we're going to talk a little about today. You look at VIX, we're up a little bit today. And this is where people start freaking out. Oh, but maybe the move in the market is bad. You know, we're up today, but the VIX is up too. It should be down. No. Guys, we're so low on VIX right now. You don't have that much more to go to zero. You don't. So any perceived tiny overreaction in the market will reflect in the VIX the opposite direction. Nothing in here should concern you when it comes to VIX. When it comes to the S&P, we're going to look at the bigger picture as well. When it comes to the S&P, just overall move, fantastic. I mean, Guys, you just go back to Wednesday of last week, this big candle, right? Classic move, classic pattern, great structure and setup in there, right? And we need some pullbacks, right? We've had a really nice run, right? We failed off resistance. We ran up, we never pulled back. We ran up, we never pulled back. We need a pullback somewhere. And I don't care if it's here or if we break out of the 53.35 and pull back to there, but somewhere we need a pullback. The thing I would like about the breakout of the 53.35 and a pullback would be this trend line that goes way back. Come on. Ooh, that's a little too much. Okay. So this trend line goes way back here. This is back in April of last year, April of last. Oh, no, that's September of last year. Right. So that's where it ended. So, all of this actually, it started off right here on that portion right there. So we've got some really good moves there. If we look at the weekly on the S&P, right? Strong move on the S&P. Very strong move, right? Good, strong push to the upside for a weekly candle. You can see the entire fib on here, so everything is good with that fib. If we look at the monthly on the S&P, same scenario. Yeah. Thanks, Deborah said your line in the email was good, just in the VIX of time. Okay. I like it. So good move up, right? Strong. Last month pull down. This month we've gotten it all back, right? So all three time frames showing us tremendous strength, right? When we go look at an intraday chart, we go over to SPX. Right here. Come on. 5 minute, got a 1 minute. So big picture, bottom center is the daily chart, right? We've already seen that. 30-minute is to the left. Strong move on that on the S&P on the 30-minute, right? 5 minutes doing great today. 1 minute, yeah, backing off a little bit, but look at the overall pattern after that burst up in here, earlier in the day. Ah, nice. Scott said, hey guys, jot this down, okay? Jot this down. Talk about systematic. Scott said, right now I'm doing Rut Iron Condors for monthly income, Vega spreads for weekly income, and SPX cash flow for daily income. Did you get it? I'll give it to you again. Rut Iron Condors for monthly income, Vega spreads for weekly income, and SPX cash flow for daily income. Right. This is the depth, the level of stuff that we're doing in Inner Circle, right? Scott's taken all of this right out of what we do there. And of course, taking advantage of the stuff that Brandon showed last week with the 0 DTE. Let me ask, did you guys get some benefit out of that last week? Give me a 1 for yes, a 2 for no on watching the options AI stuff. And Brandon going over how he trades the things he does, what he's looking for, and so forth. Was that helpful last week? A couple of you? Some of you maybe didn't see it. Scott said, that was my missing piece. Yep, that was that daily income. Should be on YouTube by now, Jennifer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It was helpful to see different viewpoints. Yep. And, the way that they use the software and so forth are very, very helpful. So overall, what is my biggest goal, right? For me, Mondays, come here, do power hour, right? This is not a fulfillment training. This is, to me, a bonus, right? This is me saying there's so much out there that I could teach you guys. And I know not everybody can make it into all the subscriptions, and that's fine. But I want to make sure that everybody at least is on a path to getting where they need to be. And that's what we do here. Yeah, Jonathan, check YouTube. If you don't see it on YouTube, just send a message into support and we'll figure out what's going on. But we do put them up there. And it should be I'm pretty sure we're still putting it up in WBHQ TV. Let's see. Power Hour. It's right here, guys. Go, if you're on our website, go to WBHQ TV. Right, go to Power Hour, and we already have it there. Master Zero DTE Trading with CC and Options AI and Brandon Wendell Safety. Right, so you can get it right there. You ain't even got to go. There you go. That got dropped in. Good. Okay. Excellent. 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 All right. So the goal is to do the best that I can to try to help you all out and do things like bringing. There's a lot of work to get Brandon and CC, who runs Options AI, right? So he's got to stop in the middle of his trading day to jump online with us for an hour. So it was a lot of work to pull that together. We had a great attendance there last week. Good show, a good amount of questions. I know Brandon and CC did a good job of answering them while I was kind of posting it all, right? But that really is the goal. And I've asked this a million times before. If you guys are ever at a point that there's a topic you want to see taught here, I will be more than happy consider it. Send an email to support with that topic of what you'd like to see on Power. It may not be the week you send it in, because we do plan some of this stuff a couple weeks in advance. It may not be when you send it in, but if it's a good topic, there's no reason that I won't teach it, right? We'll definitely get it up there, right? There you go. We dropped it in, support at wealthbuildershq.com. So now here's where the ask comes from me, right? I need some help. Guys, Power Hour has been a passion for me. And what I'm looking for is as many of you as possible to give me not 5 minutes of your time and to go and write a quick little blurb about Power Hour, what you like about it, and so forth. Lee, can you drop that link in there for me? So you'll see the wealthbuildershq.com/eval. If you guys would just grab that link, just click on it now and open it. Just open it up. I don't need you to do it right now. Open it up. Go in there, and if you would, please. You can do this on any one of the tools and services that we offer. But right now, I could use a couple of people's input on Power Hour. So I'd love to see the things that you like the most. So I make sure those are the things that I keep in there going forward. But I'd love to get some testimonials from you guys on that, so we could use that as well to share. Because we're getting ready to do a big marketing campaign on Power Hour, which, go figure, it's a free training. But I definitely could use some help in that. So yeah, so go fill out the evaluations. That's it, Jonathan. That's all it is. Click on there, fill it out, send it in, click enter, and you're done. Literally not 5 minutes of your time. Again, don't do it right now. Let's teach. But I definitely could use the help with that. I know we sent some emails out. We got some back, and I appreciate that. But I know sometimes emails get overlooked. I'll do it later. If you just click on the link now, it'll be open, and it'll be there when you're ready to do it when we're done today. So, all right, let's go back over to the chat. Okay. So for me, as I said, nothing today. Why? Family issues, right? Having to deal with my puppy, my dog. Puppy's almost 15, puppy. But he's little. He's like 8 pounds soaking wet. But having to deal with that. And that's, guys, that really is when you look at, when we talk mindset, right? I just went through this not long ago in one of the trainings that I did. We got into some mindset stuff. And we talk about why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you want to trade? It's not money. Don't say money. Never. If that's your reason for wanting to trade, go back and reevaluate. Because it's not the physical money. You're not going to put money in your hand. That's not what it is. It's what the money can do for you. And that's really what you need to determine, is what can the money do for you? What do you want it to do for you? You can do anything you want, right? But what do you want it for, right? Someone may want to go buy a Harley Davidson. Another person may want to buy a Porsche. Another person may just want to pay the bills, right? What is your why, right? As much depth and detail as you can put in there is going to be important, right? Why has always been a very much elusive thing. The average person looks at it. I hear it all the time when I used to teach live events. Just show me the best strategy I can make the most money with. And I would tell people, you're not going to make money on anything. Why not? Because you got the wrong mindset. All you're looking at is, how much can I make? You're not looking at, is this the right one for suitability? Does it fit my risk profile? Right? There you go, Les. I want to do something well. Exactly. Right? And that's what pursuit of trading is going to do to help you to do it right. Right. But excuse me. But we've got to get to a point that we can recognize what to do and what we're looking at. And a simple scenario right now is when you look at the overall position of the market, 70 to 80% of all stocks move in the direction of the S&P 500. And some of you may be getting tired of hearing me say that. That's good. That means I've said it enough for you. Oh my God, Rob, how many times I got to hear you say that? A lot. Because if 70 to 80% of all stocks move in the direction of the S&P 500, then logic dictates I should only trade in the direction of the S&P 500. Not that there's anything wrong with contrarian trades. But if you're a newer trader struggling, you may want to focus on your paper trading, particularly on just the direction of what the S&P 500 is moving today. If I just decided to trade bullish trades today, so would Adobe be on my list today? No. Would AMD be on my list today? Yes, bounce right off support. Right? How about no? Whatever that is. Amazon, no. No. Chipotle Mexican Grill, possibly not near a fib line, but it did move up. Right? Nope, in the middle of nowhere. Nope, nowhere. Oh, Google, go baby, go. Probably not on Google. Yes, possibly on Goldman Sachs. I'm not see bearish trade. If I'm looking at only trade in the direction of the S&P 500, I wouldn't be looking at this trade at all. Only the bullish trades, right? Possibly on MasterCard. Meta, nope, in the middle of nowhere. Possibly on Netflix. Love me some Netflix. Nvidia, probably not. Too big of a gap. Nothing there. It was a bearish candidate. So I don't even care who the stock was. Nope, not on SPY. Nope, not there. Nope, not there. Nope. Not there. Nope. Not. See what I mean? Guys, I mean, 3, 4, 5 potential candidates. That's all I need. I'm not looking to get 100. Listen, I'd like to get 100 ones out of potential trades today, but that's not my goal here today. My goal here today is to identify a handful of trades, potential trade setups that I could possibly take advantage of based on the market's open and or move into the market. And when you learn, look at the move on the S&P 500 today. What a great move, and then it died, right? If we go over to Google, what a great move, and then it died, okay? One of the things that we're going to do this year at Trader Super Summit, which is an event that's held for our mastermind and our inner circle group, we do it live in New York, and we attempt to get it online as well. We're going to see if we're back in the same hotel, if we can get streaming or not. But the goal is to try to stream it as well. If not, we have a recording of it. But one of the things we're going to talk about in there is a strategy called micro day trading. I did it for our inner circle group the last time privately when we came on a Saturday after our Trader Super Summit. The inner circle was invited back to my office for a couple of hours. And we just sit, hang, chill, talk about what's going on with the market and strategies. And I talk a little bit about this there. I'm gonna teach all the details of this at our upcoming Trader Super Summit. So that'll be a great training. But had you just followed along with those rules, guys, and just traded this along with the direction of the S&P rolls over, right? I mean, look at it. S&P is the chart on the top right, right? The S&P started to go flat, sideways. So did Google. Time to go. There you go. Deborah said Mara and Netflix working well so far today. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Good, good, good. All right. So let's talk also ASML. I appreciate that, Deborah. Let's talk about selling strategies with low VIX, because that's exactly what we got. Low VIX. I mean, like freaking super low, right? 12 and jingle, right? We had broken a level last week on the VIX that we've not seen since last year. What was it? September? No, it was before. Anyway, December. December of last year was the last time we broke through this 1220 level. We did it again Friday, back up above today. And then you go back further than that, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4 days down at that level, right? you go back further than that, man, I gotta go. I don't even know. I gotta go back to 2018 to see that kind of VIX level. Right? It's back before my red and green, boxes were even drawn. So overall, we're looking at this low VIX, we're running into issues, concerns of being able to find decent selling strategies, decent premium on our selling strategies. Tripp does Covered Call Explorer each and every week, right? And he does a phenomenal job with Covered Call Explorer. Very happy with what he's doing there, right? I follow along with the trades, the candidates, they're awesome, okay? So, but if you go back to an area when the VIX was up here at 20 and so, right, you would find a lot more viable candidates than you are today. So the expression beggars can't be choosy, you almost get to that level when you get this low VIX. So you really need to identify critically how you're going to find your candidates and what exactly you're looking for. There you go. Scott said, I intend to be on location at the Super Summit this year, and my intent is to have all my expenses paid for through my trading. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right? So, and selling strategies takes on many forms. Iron condors, covered calls, naked puts, just to say a few. Credit spreads, diagonal spreads. I mean, there's so many different selling strategies that you could do. You could sell butterflies and broken wing butterflies and an upside down flint rubber bubble cake and so on, right? There's a lot of selling strategies that are available. I want to just talk the most basic, simplest strategy right now that is a bullish, an iron dragonfly, there you go, which is a bullish strategy. And I want to talk about selling naked puts, right? Now, you can use this for any strategy. It doesn't make a difference, right? You're going to need to identify candidates. Obviously, the stuff that, Tripp has pre-vetted all the candidates. So he's already gone through, he's got a proprietary list that he goes through looking at potential candidates, right? Inside of let's see. So we've got a covered call candidate list right here, right? WBHQ covered calls, right? We've got a naked puts watch list as well. So on naked puts, there are 22 candidates on this list. I'm going to sort these by the high. Actually, I'm not going to do close. I'm going to sort them by the pivot. Okay, good. All right. So upstart, okay, first one that pops up, the first one, it's just the highest one, right, as far as the pivot. It's the highest pivot, right? C3, which is AI, not options AI, but C3.ai, right? Ticker symbol AI, right? Decent pattern. Now they got earnings to be concerned with. We got to always confirm earnings, right? All right, so a question came in that said, I've never traded options. I only trade is buying puts and calls, never trade a spread or a credit or debit spread. How can I start to learn? So how do you start to learn? When you're looking at selling positions, and I don't know, that probably came into the Q&A, so Lee was kind enough to send it to me. Hey, Chris. So I didn't see that because always try when possible to put it in chat. I'll catch it when you put it in. Lee watches the Q&A, so I appreciate that, Lee. Thank you. So he was able to send that over. So there, we have some trainings on YouTube that are available on it, but we very much talk in high level. The stuff that Tripp does inside of Covered Call Explorer is probably one of the best places that you can learn right now as far as selling strategies, because even what I do inside of Power Option Place is primarily buying strategies. I don't do a lot of selling stuff there. Actually, the amount of selling stuff I do there can be defined by one number, 0. We don't do any selling there. It's all about buying calls and puts. So Covered Call Explorer, there's even a 2-week trial into Covered Call Explorer. So you can take the trial. If you decide it's for you, do nothing, and you'll be subscribed to it for a quarter. If you decide you don't want it, send us an email. We cancel the subscription. We call it a day. We are not the subscription Nazis. All right, you didn't cancel in time. Too bad, huh? Just tell us you don't want it, and we will take care of it. We will make it right, okay? But what Trip does inside of there is killer, right? Because he's going to go through a video every week where he's going to lay out for you the current candidates and what he's doing, what he's looking for, what he's considering, okay? So here we have AI. So let's just use AI as an example, all right? So if I am bullish, and again, pretend earnings are not an issue for us. If I am bullish on AI, I want to look at the options, all right? So let's see what that gives us. Option chain, where are you? Okay. AI. Ooh, didn't like that symbol. Right. Didn't like it on the charts, but it gave me the data right away in the options. So I've got weekly options on there. That's one of the first things I need to see is a weekly option, right? So I'm going to open up this week. It says there are 4 days left. Today is Monday. We've got 4 days until that option expires, okay? So you got to make some decisions on how you trade yours. I look for things such as delta. And as an example, I am looking at a delta of, in this case, 22, okay? So if this is the position that I am looking at, what I want you to get very comfortable doing at this point is on our website, I want you to go over to Trading Resources. Under Trading Resources, I have 4 pre-made calculators in there. I want to grab the one that says Naked Puts. So the stock symbol is AI. The stock price, and I'm going to do my best to kind of move some things around here to make it fit. Stock price is 26.16. All right, so now the short option details. Whoops, what happened? I guess I dragged it out. Okay, so I want to see a delta that's about 20. So I've got a 21 delta here. And that option right now has an expiration date of this Friday, which is 5/24. So we can just click right on 24. Right? The strike price that we were looking at is 25. The premium I'm going to receive for that position is 0.21. Right? I always work off the midpoint. Shows you you've got 5 days till expiration. We'll max screen this. All right. And now we're going to go ahead and click enter. All right. So this shows me if I did this trade today, okay, it says I need $6.54 to be able to do this trade, assuming a 25% margin. Your broker might be higher or lower, right? And if you are a high dollar trader, just as an FYI, I mean, you've got a couple $100,000 in your account and you do a decent amount of trades and you like these selling positions, you may want to check out Interactive Brokers because they do portfolio margining. So they don't hold 25% because it's a spread or a naked put, or they do it based on the risk profile of that trade. So if the risk profile says it's 2%, they're going to hold 2% today. Tomorrow it might be 8%. The day after it might be 4%. Hold on a second. Sorry, landscapers are running amok out there today. One-time rate of return is 3.21%. That's for the next 4 days. 12.86% is the monthly rate of return. Guys, you're talking about a third, and I'm not saying you should buy, do this trade. I'm telling you, if you're bullish on AI, this is what the trade looks like, right? exit details. If exercised in 1 week, you'll make 21 cents and 3.21%. If you're exercised in a month, you make 84 cents and 12.84. Now that's in a naked put. That's very simple to calculate in your head. Okay, you got 21 cents multiplied by 4. When it gets to covered calls, diagonals, a little bit more credit spreads, a little more involved. But we've got 4 different filters built for you to use here for doing the calculations. And you'll see that it turned monthly rate of return green. Green is because it's greater than 11%. Right? If, and this is where it really comes down to, what if you did this setup and you were getting 5 cents? Right? Well, at 5 cents, you're getting 3.04%. So no good. No bueno. Right? I'm not interested. It's red. Red is dead. I'm not interested in doing red. For me, primarily, I'm looking for green and yellow. Sometimes a blue, but I better really like it for a blue. I really like green and yellow. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to be profitable. The numbers are setting me up to get the best opportunity for success. That's all it is. Tripp said we'll be doing the foundational session on naked puts this Friday. There you go. And the other ones that Tripp's already done, which I think are 2, are already in the members' areas. Right? So you'll have all of them, of all the training sessions, every strategy that he teaches in there. He's doing a recording live session of for the students. So first one was on Friday. Okay, so you've done one other. So the first one was on Friday. It was on covered calls. This is naked puts. Excellent. Good. Okay. Good. All right. So what am I teaching here? What am I showing you here? Guys, you need to do the math. You need to do the math. And, when you look at this, naked put, fairly easy to calculate, right? Covered call, it's okay, right? Not bad, right? When you get to diagonal spreads, don't try to do this stuff in your head, man. Just don't. I'm telling you, don't do it. Huge mistake, okay? Instead, run the calculations. You don't even have to be logged into the website to use this. I don't even know who's doing it, right? No idea. But these calculators will help you every single day. You're looking to place one of these 4 types of trades to come up with numbers on good, bad, or indifferent right from there. Right? So just like the naked put one, it's not worth trying to do the math yourself. When you look at the diagonal call spread, there's a lot in there. It's a whole lot in there. Right? And you don't have to do all this math yourself. If you've been in Covered Call Explorer, whether I've done it or now that Tripp is teaching it, he uses the same spreadsheet that I do, right? If you look at that spreadsheet, there's a lot involved with it. Now, yes, on the spreadsheet, just like here, the math is there, right? I took the spreadsheet, I gave it to my programmer and said, make this happen on the website. And ta-da, here we have diagonal puts, diagonal calls, naked puts, covered calls. We're going to get other ones up there as well. But for right now, these are the 4 key ones that I wanted to get up there first, right? So what is the moral of the story here? When you are looking at a potential trade setup, you've got to determine what the numbers are and if it's going to work for you. Now, where I may say that 15. Nope, wrong way I went. Okay, so I may look at this and say, all right, it's blue. Is that really okay for me? Well, you've got to look at the numbers and say, is it okay for you? You're looking at 1.83% for the week. You're looking at 7.32% for the month. Is it worth your time for 7% a month? And if the answer is yes, then you would go through that and do that trade. If the answer is no, then you're not doing it. And I just made numbers up to make it fit. I was trying to get it to blue. I will tell you if it's red, I will not normally do anything that is red when it comes to this, right? And in the diagonal spreads, there's a lot more colors to contend with. There's 4 colors, but a lot more areas. Here we just have 1. There's 3 different areas on the diagonals that are colored. But all you have to do is go run your numbers in it. And it's pretty self-explanatory. Anything with a date will have a pull down, right? So you can shift year, shift month, and so forth. Okay? Whatever is there. But bottom line is, when it comes to your strategy, you need to have a written documented plan of what you're going to do, right? My written documented plan on this says I need this position in a bullish function, right? It's got to be bouncing off of X, whatever X is. It's got to be bouncing off support, okay? From the bounce off of support, I then go and look at the shortest time period possible. For me, I only want weekly options. So I'm not doing this unless it's a weekly. That's one of my kicks and giggles. Oh, but Rob, what if it's a monthly, but this is the last week? You could do it, but I'm not going to roll it to next month. On a naked put, it may not be so bad, but if you get exercised and now you can put the stock, I got to go a whole month before I can collect premium. So maybe not. I'm looking for a delta of about 20 on a naked put. You'll calculate a range that works for you, but 20 works extremely well. There's a 20% chance I'm wrong on this trade. That's it. Just 20%. So I've put the odds in my favor completely. I don't care about time value. I don't care about intrinsic value. I don't care about volume. I don't care about any of those things, right? I do care that it's expiring this week and it has approximately a 20 delta. I want to try to stay away from anything getting too high because it just increases my risk of being wrong on the trade. What if the premium's not enough? What if we do it and it's 5 cents? Don't do the trade. Go find a different candidate. What if there are no other candidates? Don't take a trade. But guys, two main things is three, I guess. This is the done by you, right? That's what this is, done by you. Go to Omega Charts, go and find the covered call and the naked put, the spreads filter. It's just spreads, not diagonal, just spreads. Whichever one you want to trade, go find that folder. That's that filter. Right? Find the candidates that fit your risk profile, the ones that you like. Once you've found what you like, then take it over to the option chain and do the analysis on the option chain. And then detail the ones that are important to you. That's done by you, right? But I just gave you all the tools to do it, right? If you're not using an Omega Charts, fairly inexpensive piece of software. If you have an older version of it, you want to upgrade to Omega Charts, send an email to support, fairly inexpensive to do so. But you're going to have to find your own candidates. Again, this is done by you. Whether you use a hammer or a nail gun will totally be up to you. Omega Charts is the nail gun. So identify the candidate, check the market, identify the candidate. Of course, you want to know what the VIX is doing. You want to know when earnings are, all of that good stuff. At least 3 weeks away. And I said we were going to ignore earnings for this example, all right? Make sure you're getting the minimum requirement as far as rate of return. They're all listed on the calculators, so you don't have to think about it. Green or blue, green or yellow is what I want it to be. Blue is a maybe, red is an absolute no. Jim said, would you ever think about buying back the position for a small profit before expiration? I always buy back a short leg, Jim. I never leave it open. Never. One time only, and that's because the market maker was ripping me off. They had this is definitely pre-split on Google. They had a massive bid-ask spread. Massive bid-ask spread on Google. And they did it on purpose on the stock and on the options to not let options traders get out of their positions or overpay for them. I chose to hold it over the weekend. I was going to show them, and I did. I made out okay by the sheer dumb luck. But I always close them out. Always. All right. Excellent. So that's it. Identify the candidate on Omega Charts. Go to the option chain. Make sure there's a weekly option. Make sure that you have enough premium, delta of approximately 20. Go run the numbers. Buy it back if it gets down to a low price, a penny a nickel. And then on the other side of it, make sure you have a stop in place that if it goes against you, get stopped out of the trade. It's as hard and as simple as that. Thanks, Helen. I appreciate the thoughts. So with that, everyone, as I said, we're going to cut it a little short today, but you all have an extra few minutes that you wouldn't mind. Go ahead and fill out that testimonial for me on Power Hour. And again, if you want to do a second and a third on other stuff, by all means, it's there. You can go to that eval site all day long and leave a comment in there. We appreciate it. So with that, everybody have a great rest of your day. God bless. And I will see you all at the next update. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate you filling it out. Happy trading, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.